Greetings. Welcome to FrontEndSystemsLab. This is a channel where we explore what is really going on under the hood of modern web development. Today, we are exploring what happens when your app is not slow, but your user interface is lying to you. Most developers think performance is about how fast their code runs, but users do not experience execution time. They experience delay. That difference is where most front-end performance problems actually live. Imagine a function that runs in 5 milliseconds. That is fast, technically optimized, but a user clicks a button and nothing happens for just over 1/10 of a second. To the user, that feels like lag. That gap between input and visible response is what defines performance in the real world. Not benchmarks, not scores, not how quickly your API responds. What matters is how fast the interface reacts. Everything in the browser shares one critical resource, the main thread. JavaScript executes, styles are calculated, layouts are processed. The screen is painted, all within a single pipeline. Every action competes for time in that pipeline. When a user clicks, that interaction has to wait its turn. If JavaScript is running, it waits. If layout is recalculating, it waits. If the browser is painting, it waits. Even small tasks can block input if they happen at the wrong moment. This is main thread contention, and it is the reason an app can feel slow even when each individual operation is fast. What makes this more deceptive is that performance issues rarely come from one large delay. They come from many small ones. 10 milliseconds here, 15 there, another 20 during a render cycle. On their own, they seem harmless. Together, they stack into something the user can feel. A slight hesitation, a moment of uncertainty, a delay that breaks the illusion of responsiveness. Nothing looks obviously wrong in the code, but the timing is off. And timing is everything. One of the most common causes of this is layout thrashing. This happens when your code repeatedly reads from and writes to the DOM in quick succession. You read the size of an element, then change something in the layout, then read again, then change again. Each of these steps forces the browser to recalculate layout. Layout recalculation is not cheap. When it happens over and over within the same frame, it blocks rendering. When rendering is blocked, the user sees nothing, and when the user sees nothing, the app feels slow. Modern frameworks can make this even harder to see. They simplify development, but they also introduce layers of hidden work. Hydration can delay when an app becomes interactive. Re-renders can trigger more updates than expected. State changes can cascade through components in ways that are not immediately visible. All of this work still runs on the same main thread. The abstraction hides the cost, but it does not remove it. The browser still has to do the work, and the user still feels the delay. At this point, the pattern becomes clear. The issue is not that your app is slow. The issue is that your app is not responding when the user expects it to. That is a timing problem, not a speed problem. You can have highly optimized code and still deliver a poor experience if the interface does not respond immediately. Real performance comes from understanding this distinction. It is not about making everything faster in isolation. It is about making sure the right things happen at the right time, reducing main thread blocking, batching DOM updates, avoiding unnecessary layout recalculations, deferring non-critical work until after interaction. These are the changes that actually improve how an app feels. One of the most powerful shifts is prioritizing immediate feedback. Even a small visual response, a button press state, a loading indicator, or a subtle animation can eliminate the perception of lag. Because once the interface reacts, the user knows the system is alive. That moment of acknowledgement is what defines responsiveness. When you start thinking this way, everything changes. You stop chasing raw speed and start designing for perception. You stop asking how fast your code runs and start asking when your user interface responds. That is the difference between an app that is technically fast and one that actually feels fast. Thanks for watching Front-End Systems Lab. Please subscribe for more under-the-hood content.